Hello. So we are going to make this cool little MemoryDex box that we were talking about yesterday. And so I'm going to start by getting like everything together. So I have this little chipboard piece here. It's just a little label kind of thing. And I have my Concord and Ninth Oceanside ink. I really like the color of this, so that's why I'm going to use it instead of the Distress inks. So that's where we're going to start. Archie, stop. And I'm just going to use my Rabbit Hole Designs brush, and I'm going to brush around the outside of this really gently. Chipboard is not known for blending super well, so that's why I'm trying to be like super gentle with this and starting off of the edge of it so that I don't get any like specific funkiness going on, brush prints or anything like that. Okay, so I have that, and we will be using this ink more later. This is my frog tape, and I use frog tape a lot for a lot of different things. So FYI, frog tape is like my go-to. It used to be purple tape. I don't know if you can see that. But purple tape like redid their stuff, and it's not the same. It's just not great anymore. I don't know what to tell you other than it's just not great anymore. So I'm going to use my board here. I guess I can move it up a little bit so that this is straight. And I'm going to tack it down with just a piece of my tape that I've been using for my dies, my washi tape. This doesn't have to be really strong. I'm just tacking it down for just a second. This doesn't have to be really strong. I'm just tacking it down. Oh my gosh, you can hear me. Or I can hear me. Trying to find my video. There we go. Okay, so then I'm going to grab my frog tape, and I'm just going to pull off a little length of it and stick it to the edge of my desk. I want to see how big these are. They're really honestly not all that big, so perfect. So I am going to put this across here. Sorry if my big fat head got in the way. And the reason that I'm doing that is so that when I put my letters on, they're nice and straight. So the N is the center letter. So I want to make sure that that is centered, and because we're writing Sandy. And I can just butt it up against that frog tape. And I do like to use my tweezers for this. I use my tweezers for pretty much everything. Look at me all concentrating. So sand. And these little letters are just Tim Holtz ideology. They're called label letters. And I think I got them at Hobby Lobby. one of the times when there was, you know, like all the Tim Holtz stuff was 40% off or whatever. I pick up random Tim Holtz stuff when they have their sales. All right. So that part's done. And I'm going to very carefully peel this, and I'm going to peel this at a very harsh angle so as not to rip anything on that chipboard. And I'm just going to put my tape down here because I will be using it later again, I'm sure, or for something else or whatever. So forgive me a second. I need to put my hair back. It's driving me nuts. Well, hello. I see you popping on. If you could say hello, that would be awesome. I don't know if my comments are working right now. Okay, so now I'm going to grab a couple of wooden dowels, and I believe I just got these at Walmart. I might have got them at Hobby Lobby. I don't know. I don't spend hardly any time ever. Hey, Melanie. I don't spend hardly any time ever at Walmart because I loathe and despise that store. So it's quite difficult for me to think that I might have gotten those at Walmart, but hey, you never know. So I'm going to start by coloring up these sticks. I'm sure there's a more efficient way to do it, but if I do it like this, then see, it gets all funky, and I don't really want that. So I don't know, maybe I do want that. You know what would be better is a sponge. So you can tell I'm not a crafty person because I can't even do the simplest things. I can color, but crafting is not my jam. All right, there's stick number 1. And number 2. And look, I hardly got any ink on me. Hooray for me. Yeah. I wanted to color them just because everything's going to be so cute and purple. Or covered in paper that... Oh, I just blew sawdust in my eye. Not cool. Okay. So first things first, I want to put paper down in the bottom. And I'm going to use this little rainbow piece. Okay. So I could put it up both sides, I think, too. So let's see how tall these sides are. It is 1 3/4. So hold please while I grab my little mini scoreboard. This thing's dusty. I haven't used it for a long time. What did I say? 1 3/4? Yep. let's see if this works. Look at that. And now I need the other piece of that paper. Hopefully I still have it in here. Guess I should have checked that first, huh? And then I'm gonna score this one. I'm gonna turn it around and score this at 1 3/4. Super cute. Okay, so there is a little strip here. I'm not really gonna worry so much about that because when I decorate the front, I can pull, or the back, I can pull this piece of paper over. I'm gonna kind of center this and do that with both sides. So this piece of paper and this piece of paper. Hi, Cheryl. These two pieces of paper are gonna come over. So I'm not worried about that little bit of shortage there. Okay, so now I wanna pick papers for that. And since this is the front and the back, I'm gonna use this wicked cute crafty paper. I'm gonna use this whole freaking book. I can tell you right now, probably is gonna happen. Okay, so what I want to do is make sure that I have enough to go all the way across the front. So I want to make sure it's nice and even. And then I want to mark it. Okay, and then this is going to go right here, just so I know what's going on. Grab my paper trimmer. So essentially, we're just really like covering this box in 6x6 paper. So there's, you know, a certain amount of like wrapping a gift kind of thing that you're doing. So now I'm gonna put this way. Oh, I forgot, because of the sides of the box and this has to go in, that I actually have to cut it down a little bit more. Dee. Don't mind me. Let's see if that's enough. Not quite. I need to do like 1/8 of an inch more. Let's try it again. There we go. Okay. And then I want to have a little bit of extra room for that. I want this to come down and around. I'm just going to use this whole piece of paper. How do you feel about them apples? All right. Take those ones out. This one's going to go just like this. Just like this. And just like that. Okay, and then I'm gonna color the sides of this with oxide inks. So I need 2 pieces of paper exactly like this so that I can cover both ends. Okay, makes sense? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure the distance here, which is 4.5. And then I'm going to cut this one at 4.5. Easy cheesy lemon squeezy, right? So I'm gonna set I want to have a little bit of a lip on it. So how much of a lip does this one have? 3/4. So we're gonna score this at 3/4. Are you guys like intently watching? Oh, I did totally the wrong, oh no, I didn't. Because this needs to go this way. Now, because this is directional paper, that's why I thought that I did it wrong. But I want to make sure that when you're looking at the box, it's the right direction. So the little bit that's upside down inside is okay. I want to make sure the outside is good because you're going to have MemoryDex cards sitting up against here. So it's not going to be that big of a deal. Okay, so now that I have my paper all measured out, so that's back, this is front, that's inside. Now I can work with my box. I don't like to do that, like start working with my box until everything is measured. It just, I don't know, it gives me the heebie-jeebies. I'm weird, it's fine. I'm fine, you're fine, everybody's fine, it's all fine. Okay, so I'm gonna grab my inks. I have Black Soot, Wilted Violet, and Shaded Lilac. So, I know that sounds like an odd scenario here, but just bear with me. So I'm gonna make a gradient. And I want this to look like stain. I don't want it to be like a solid color. I mean, you can keep going and you can make this absolutely as solid as you want. I don't want to do that. So, FYI, I like to let the wood grain show. My dad was a carpenter all my life growing up. And so I can appreciate, even on pine, a beautiful wood grain. And so I like to leave the wood grain showing. Personal preference, again, you can use paints on this if you want. You can use actual wood stain. You can use like all kinds of stuff. So just use what you have around you. Acrylic paints would work absolutely just fine. Okay, now I'm gonna do these ends because they're gonna show through. Look, my watch just says I achieved a goal. So there's that one. Do you hear that? Just totally threw my lid. You guys are being so quiet. I hate it when everybody's so quiet. Say ooh or ah or something. Okay, so my next one is Wilted Violet. And I'm just gonna lightly brush it back into that black and then brush it forward. This is not quite as dark on the wood as I thought it was going to be, so I'm going to give it a little bit more pressure. Thank you, Melanie. I appreciate you. Is anybody gonna make one of these after I taught you how to do all this stuff? Or is this all in vain? Okay. Now we're gonna do the shaded lilac, which might actually be too light, but we're gonna see. Right? Could you hurry it up, please? Could you make that happen a little bit faster? That'd be great. Nope, sorry, you're stuck with me. Ooh, that looks pretty with the wood grain. It's a great place to put all of your color cards. We might have to start doing a MemoryDex swap. Look at how cool that gradient looks. It's so cool on the wood. I just really like how these inks work with the wood and how you can see the color through, or the wood grain through the inks. That's why I chose the Distress inks. The oxides are a little bit thicker. They might have worked a little bit better if you wanted more solid coverage, but I like seeing the wood grain. I don't know what Sandy likes, so she just gets what I make her. And if you don't want to do the brushwork, you can always use the ink pad directly on the wood. That does work too. But there we go. How cool is that? I love it. 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 Okay. So now I'm going to start gluing these down and let's see if I remember where they sit. So Barely Art glue, I'm going to start in here. And I like to use, I use the end of my tweezers a lot to smooth things down, get them into the corners properly. You can use a bone folder, you can use so many other different things, but I just always have my tweezers handy, so that's what I tend to use. Okay. Put glue here. Stand it up so I can make it nice and smooth here. I'm going to go ahead and put a ribbon of glue across the top. And then make sure you don't go all the way across, because remember, the paper stops at the corner. I know, I put way too much glue on, it's fine. Cheryl, you're being awfully quiet over there. And then this time I'm going to glue the paper because I don't know how far out it goes. And I don't want to leave glue everywhere. Linda. How are you? We're making our little box for Sandy. Okay, so again, start with the paper. Now remember, this one has to be opposite of the other one, so it's going to be a little bit upside down because this is the back of your box. So again, I'm going to use my tweezers, make sure everything's all in that corner. There is probably a more efficient way to do this, but like I said, I'm not really a crafter. So if you have a more efficient way to do this, knock yourself out. Sandy gets all excited when I actually make things for her because I generally don't make things. I just make cards. Oh, are you? There you are, Cheryl. Are you in New York or are you at that casino that's in Texas that has all the different cities in it? What is that, WinStar? I have to go do parent-teacher conferences after this. My son's school has parent-teacher conferences even through high school. It's kind of crazy. I don't remember my parents going to parent-teacher conferences in high school, when I was in high school. Now I am going to... Okay. So I like the black to be the back and the light purple to be the front. So I'm going to start on this side. It's gonna be so cute. So you could use other stuff for this too. I mean, you could use like your score tape or probably even like Mod Podge or whatever. But you know me and my Barely Art glue, so. So I'm gonna pop this down in there. Now I'm gonna have to trim the top of this, but I'm okay with that. I mean, I could fold it over and glue it, but I'm afraid that that would not work out well. Hey, Linda, will you tag your daughter? She just tried to call me. If you can hear me. I don't know if you can hear me if you're at the casino. Like she doesn't know what time it is. That crazy girl. Okay, So now I'm gonna be anal retentive and I'm gonna line these up. So this may take me a second. Hey, not so bad. They lined up nice and easy. There we go. I got it. Okay. So now I'm gonna find a piece of paper for the back of this out of the same little paper pad. And since this is the front of the box, I want it to face this way, if it happens to be a directional paper. And I'm going to use this one. I think that's cute. Okay, so again, I'm going to measure the box itself. And it's 4 3/4. It's actually just shy of 4 3/4. So I'm gonna do 4 5/8. Hi, Michelle. Look at that. Super cute. Okay, so then I'm gonna glue this on. So now I'm gonna grab my X-Acto knife, and I have one of these cool pen blades. And I'm just gonna go along the top of the box. Never force it, very light pressure, otherwise you'll rip your paper. Perfect. It is really cute paper. Of course you do, because it's Doodlebug. Well, gee, that one cut easily. All right, so now our box is covered the way we want it, okay? So I have it all covered up and good to go. So now I'm gonna measure how I want to put these dowels in. So I'm gonna take my ruler and I'm gonna line it up. This is a T-square, so, you know, whatever. But I like to use it. So I'm gonna make these 6 1 2 3 8ths. And then I'm gonna give it just a little bit extra. So sometimes when I'm cutting multiple things, I take like a slick rider. There you are, Sandy. I take like a slick rider and I just make a line on my ruler so I know where to go. This is a slick rider, by the way. Sandy got me turned on to these. They're from American Crafts. They're stinking the best thing ever. They write on everything. So then, part of the reason why I like to use a T-square is I can go like this and line this up. Now I have a pair of junk scissors, like Archie chewed on them when he was a baby. So that tells you how long I've had them. And I'm gonna hope that I cut this right. And if I don't, I have more. That's why I buy a big pack. Okay, so, yeah. So you want it to be where it's gonna be tight in there. So I go like that to flatten out the part. I mean, I could use a emery board or something and flatten that out, but I might have to take just a tiny bit more off of it. So I might have to use a sanding block. Maybe not. But you want these to be super duper tight in there because you don't want them to go anywhere. So that is the only thing. If you're gonna make one of these, I caution you, you need to make sure that these are super duper tight in there. So now I can use this to make my second one. And Sandy, now you know why these scissors never work. She always picks up these scissors in my craft room and I'm like, those are my junk scissors. I cut all the random shit with those. All right. So what I want to do is I want to grab a MemoryDex card. This is one that I just have hanging out. And I'm going to take a pen and I'm going to mark. And I'm going to use this yellow because I want it to be super duper light, just in case. But I'm going to mark where these go. Okay. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this end. Now you can hot glue these, you can super glue them. I use Barely Art glue, you guys know. But I'm just gonna put a dab of glue on each end. You really honestly don't need the glue because the pressure from the box will keep it in place. And then I just stick this right in the middle of where those lines are. And I line it up with the top of those little marks that I made because you want your cards to be able to move. Oh, dang it. And I do this a couple of times, trying to be perfect. There. Because when you move one end, the other end moves. And this is kind of the important part. Because if you don't get these right, then your cards won't stick in there. So, you have been warned. Okay. Now I make them opposite. So the cut end is on this end. So now I'm going to put the cut end on this end. I don't know why. It's just something that I like to do. So I line it up. Oh my gosh, that went in too easy. Okay. So there's the basis of your box. So now whatever you do with your box, is completely up to you. It's all about just decorating. So of course, since this box is for Sandy, we're gonna go with some crazy decorations. We're gonna get it all decorated up. So I made this little thing at the beginning that says Sandy. So we're gonna put a bunch of glue on that. She's never gonna be able to take it off because I glued the shit out of it. And then that pretty flower that we made yesterday, we're gonna glue that on, but I think I'm actually gonna grab some hot glue because this has such a big, there we go. So let me get rid of my ruler. Thanks, Melanie. It's actually really simple to make. I mean, it seems like kind of a lot, but it is really simple and it's so dang cute. So, turn my hot glue gun on. I have my leaves. So these you can save for something else. They're not long enough to do that again, so my apologies. While we're waiting for the hot glue, I'm gonna go ahead and make this part of it. So I'm going to use the little pencil because I want him to point to where Sandy has stuff to do. Make sure that's good and stuck on there. So that's going to be one space marker. And then I have this little orange one. And on this little orange one, I think I'm gonna put the little glue bottle. Seems appropriate. That's funny. This could be Michelle. Elbow, elbow, wink, wink. Okay. So, this wedding ring is my parents' original wedding set, the set that they got married with. And since they've been diamonds, big old huge diamonds, so this was part of my inheritance. So they gave it to me early so I could wear it. So that's why I have it on there. I'd have to wear 3 wedding rings. You forgot about Barry. You guys, I'm married to Sandy and Sweet Sentiment and Barry. Sandy's the other woman. So I'm putting like a cubic butt ton of glue on here because I don't want this to come off. And then puff up her little flower. And then the petal or the leaves. Dang customers, always ruining your watching. Now I always put glue on the front and the back of my leaves because I don't know if they're gonna stick to the flower or to the box. It's just one of those things because I can't see down in there. Oh, isn't that cute? Okay. So then I'm gonna grab, I think the little scissors. Sandy knows how special she is because I don't use my Doodle Pops for anybody. She's the only one I use Doodle Pops for. I don't even use Doodle Pops on stuff for myself. I never want to use them. They're just too cute. I can't. Hey, Joy. Okay. Then what I'm going to do, and I know that this is going to hurt some of you pretty hardcore, but it's just going to happen. These are our fantastic fasteners, and I'm going to just use the soft portion of them to protect this from the table, protect the table from this, whatever you want to read that as. So now I have all of the loop parts, or the hook parts, or whatever. I can't remember which side's hook and which side's loop. But fantastic fasteners are for more than just being hook and loop. Okay. Thank you, Michelle. I have my moments. Okay, so all that's on there. Sits nice and level. And really, that's just about everything. So honestly, what I am gonna do though is, because it's so cute and I can't not, is I'm gonna decorate the back too. So I'm gonna put this cute little pink glue gun and the glue sticks. And then the little smiling glue bubbles. Because how do you not put those on there? I mean, come on now. Don't mind the recycle truck coming through. He's kind of noisy. And then I'm gonna put this little ruler. There we go. Isn't that cute? So the sides are not decorated as of yet. And what I wanted to do, that's gonna be too big, so I can't do that. So I guess we're just gonna use the rest of these little stickers. So, oh my gosh, you know what I did? I put this on the, what I wanted to be the back. I'm an idiot. Oh my goodness. Nobody even stopped me. Don't use the red stapler because it's yours. That's a bummer. Oh well. Sandy, you didn't see that part. You don't know about it. Just saying. You know what I want to do too? So just in case, is I want to put a little bit of glue on these. And this is why I don't craft. Because I mess it up. Every time. And then on this side, since Michelle wants the red stapler, I'll use the crayons. Oh, I need glue. It's not gonna sit level on this side because I put stickers on that side already. so I have to hold it up. The sticker glue. I mean, it holds okay, but I just like to be extra double, triple sure. So that's why I glue it, but you could be right. Okay, so little stars. And then I didn't really glue these to this wood either, and I probably should. So just because now Michelle has me paranoid, I'm gonna glue these down. Thanks, Michelle. I might be sniffing the glue. I'm gonna put the pencil this way. Now it's stuck to my finger. Oh my goodness, how cute. Okay, so then now that I am done with that, and I can put a package of Doodle Pops in the trash. So sad. I'm gonna do a couple of other little things just because I think it's cute and I want to make this extra special for my bestie. So I'm gonna grab a little pair of these scissors because I think they're adorable, and I'm gonna stick them, probably not there, just because it's only something she will see because her cards are all gonna be in the way. So I'm gonna grab my Stabilo, I can't even say it, Stabilo pen. All the teenagers are running by. And I'm gonna write love you beyond measure. Take a little drip of hot glue. Put those cute little scissors on there. I've been saving them for such a long time, and I think they're adorable. Isn't that cute? And then I'm gonna put it back here. The scissor charms I got from Tall Mouse. And they will be at the expo in Irving. Okay, so there's that, and then now she can put her little cards in it, and then her little markers to mark where she's at and what she's doing. And there it is. There is her MemoryDex box. So thank you guys for joining me. I hope that you had fun making this little MemoryDex box with me. I had fun, and Sandy's going to be the benefit of it because I actually crafted something, and it was all for her. So I hope you guys loved this project. I hope you guys go out and make one of these for yourselves. I just think it's such a cute idea, and it's so simple. It's so simple, even a non-crafter can craft it. So super fun, wicked cute, and putting the fantastic fasteners on the bottom, the soft part, makes it so that it sits nice. Doesn't hurt your desk or anything like that. And she has this bright little box. So hers is super duper cute, and mine is super duper plain. And I have one that has all of my color cards in it too. So I guess Sandy wins this time because hers is wicked cute and mine is not decorated at all. You can look at the final project. I think it's adorable and I think you'll love it. So you can look. It's gonna be totally different in person. So yep. Super cute. So there you go. It uses one of our stamps. It uses few pieces of the 6x6 paper. If you had 8x8, like you were using graphic 45 on it or something like that, that would probably work out even better because you wouldn't have to double up this. Yeah. So that's the project. I hope you guys really loved it, and I will see you next weekend. Toodles!